Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start by saying, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, 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 Kahalam La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash, and also double honor to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders, Grand Millstone who rule well, and also Shalom to sincere Akim out there pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. And also I say Shalom to sincere Aquaf out there, all scattered on the four corners of the earth. And I'm back again with a quick lesson. And the reason why I do this lesson, is because of lately, like, you see how Grand Millstone, all right, Grand Millstone, and also the men who are affiliated with Grand Millstone, teaching the right doctrine, how we being looked as nobody, okay? Jack steady scoffing on our pages, talking shit, And what inspired me to do this lesson was a lesson that Elder Yeshwamba was doing. And this lesson was, he was doing, it was going into the 2 Timothy, right? Okay, going to 2 Timothy, the season narrow, okay? All right, you know what? Let me go on YouTube so you brothers know what I'm talking about, man, all right? Let's go here.
Yahweh Shah.
So this was lesson. I haven't finished the lesson. It says 2 Timothy was written during the persecution of Nero Caesar. So, the elder had mentioned that, Jake, Jake just, Jake, I took quick to scoff, leaving comments on our page, saying whatever they want to say, because that they don't see that when we teach this truth, when, going how and by do our daily lessons, that we don't be asking for money or this is my cash app, this, do all that, crazy ass shit these other camps do. We don't do that, man. We straight get into it, we'll give you the salute, let you know what's going on, and get into the lesson. That's it. But see, Jack, because when Jack don't see us doing that, they think we just piece of shit. All right, nobody. We don't know what's going on, so they scoff and do whatever they do. But one thing that they don't realize, one thing they don't realize, if you go into the history, all right, and I'll give one example I'll give is, Yahushua, when Yahushua was on the scene, all right, he wasn't received by his own. Let me see if I can get our precepts. Okay, let's see. Lord willing, I'll be able to find it here. Matthew, maybe. Let's go to the book of John. Right, this is the book of St. John, chapter 1, verse 11. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. Right, so, when you go here, let's go up a little bit. St. John chapter 1, verse 8. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light, which is talking about John the Baptist, right? When you start from verse 6 and going down, verse 9, that was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not, which is talking about Yahushua. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. So Yahushua, even he went to his own town where he was born, and then even among his own, his own blood, they didn't receive him. All right, they, basically they came against him. So that itself is going to happen. Okay, to you brothers out there, man, your sisters out there as well, Okay, you're going to give this truth to your friends, okay, your family, your mother, father, brothers and sisters, your grandma, your grandpa, whatever. Guess what? They're not going to receive it. They're going to come against you, and then you're going to keep trying. Events are going to happen. Now, I'll give you an example. When the C-19 happened, I tried to, myself, you know, trying to give this truth to my own family members even more than I ever tried before. But guess what? I was talked about on the table. All right, while we was waiting for dinner, you know, while we was waiting to eat, I was talked about. You know, I was calling about it. You know, I overheard it. You know, my own big brother, so-called big brother. I don't know if he's my big brother or whatever. By blood, I'm not too sure by now. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, he was talking crazy, talking shit. Him and my mom. But my mom had said, like, you know, she agreed with it with you know, whatever I had said. But just for her to see her switch up and laughing, giggling, and then scoffing, I said, God damn, okay, all right, you know. You know, I didn't take it to the, you know, I mean, I took it to the heart. I ain't gonna lie. I said, damn, you know, my own mother came to me and said, you know, this and this now, whatever. And then now she's over there laughing with this, you know, with my old bro, like, saying I'm crazy and this and this, you know. So that happened. And that's gonna happen to all you brothers out there, sisters out there, man. There's gonna be a few brothers that are gonna have family members who's truly gonna bow down and come to this truth, man, you know, and beg you and even thank you. It's gonna be a few of you, man. I tell you that. We'll see what happened to Yahweh Shai. But you know, late on in this story is that my mom, after taking on them jump shot, she wasn't feeling too well, you know, after scoffing, talking crazy. But one thing she ever said to me was that in front of the same people is that she wished that I shared the same strength and faith that I had in order to take the jump shot. And you know, that was case closed for me. Like, and nothing else I can say from there. Yeah, like, I told you about this woman. I told you. And now you wish this and that because now your body don't feel the same no more, you know. But anyway, let's move on. So they keep on St. John chapter 1 verse 11, he came unto his own, and his own received him not. You see? But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You see? So you ones that are going to receive us and believe in the truth we're telling you, the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, and you're part of the elect. Even to them that believe on his name, they're believers, man. You see that? So that's going to happen, okay? But, you know, in these days we're living in, all right, you know, with all this fucking drama going on within Israel, niggas just being weird, doing crazy ass shit. Like, you know, there's one video I gotta watch, you know, I haven't watched that video with it's like, let me see, it was done by Elder Apostle Tahar. It was this video right here, man. Right here. IUIC says the people of Africa are jakes. Another reason to stay away from. You know, so yeah, like to me, I'm not surprised by that because I also, you know, IUIC teaches that the people of this island, strong Australia, I'm talking about islanders, all right? No islanders over there in Jamaica. I'm talking about the Pacific Islanders here. The IUIC teaches that they are Israelites, you know. So, you know, when I seen the video, I said, okay, that makes sense to me because I've been wanting to do a video, all right? Even the brother from my GMS Melbourne, I don't think he has done that video, but you know, he wants to do a video going into IUIC, teaching that the so-called Samoans, you know, Fijians, you know, those islands of Australia, Australia, Aboriginal of Australia, that they are Israelites, but you know, he wants to teach that, but at the same time, that niggas when they got pressed by that dude, I forget, Donut, whatever his name is, I don't know if he said, you know, I don't know if he, because you know, Donut is whatever his name is, he was pushing that the white man is Japheth, but IUIC didn't agree with him. So I want to see what IUIC said who Japheth are. Okay, the Japhetic people, I want to see who they said they are. If they said that the islanders are Samoans, then why is Nathaniel teaching that those islanders are fucking Israelites, man. That's my thing there. But anyway, let's come back here real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and just to show you, man. You know, we come to some crucial times, and you know, we're gonna be despised. It's fine, it's cool. But guess what? The man who's gonna get you out of here, give you the true knowledge, you know, is what I'm about to read right now. So Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 13, this wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemed great unto me. Right? So this knowledge right here, man. All right, it's great. Okay, it's great. You know, you come, you know, you learn so much, this and this now, but once you cross to this, you know, understanding of the scriptures, is more greater wisdom than anything. Verse 14, there was a little city. This little city right here represents Jerusalem. Okay, the elect. All right, remember, whatever Israelites are scattered, they represent Jerusalem. So, but this right here only represents the elect, because they're going to be small number of people to be delivered out of here compared to the rest of the Israelites. All right. There was a little city and a few men within it. Okay, the teachers. You're gonna have the teachers, also the ones that believe in the teachers, right? And the teachers are gonna be few men. And there came a great king against it, and this great king is gonna be who? Esau. Okay, Esau and his ally, Esau and his fucking allies. All right, and besieged it and built great bulwarks against it. All right, in the iron pieces, there was a little city with few men in it, and a great king came against it and besieged it and built great battlements against it. All right, and that's what they're about to do. And that great battlements they're going to build around it or against it is going to be with this digital internet. Okay, the mark of the beast. You know. All right, that's how Esau is gonna do it, to test everybody, you know, trying to squeeze everyone out so everybody can bow down to him. Okay, and even shut down the truth, according to the book of Amos chapter 8 verse 11. That itself, man, you know, it says, now there was found in it a poor wise man. Not this a poor wise man. All right, if you want to get deep into that, you know, could probably, you know, you can probably go say Abba Bivin, the man that came before him. It's like Abba Bivin, the man that came after him, and the man who came after those grand men, and that's where we are today. Okay, and today, like, you know, me being honestly, that'll go. I say Apostle Ha. Okay, that the great, a poor wise man. I say Apostle Ha. You know, because he's the leader right now of Israel, and if you got somebody else here leading Israel to the, you know, if you go, you know, if you got another man that came in at the same time as Apostle Ha, before him, even after him, all right, who are doing their own thing, doing what Apostle Ha is doing, you can point your names out. And I'm gonna say it's Apostle Ha, all right, Apostle Kappa, Apostle Rakar, Apostle Aramala, and the rest of the elder bishops, and the list goes on to the rest of us brothers doing this truth, man. All right. And now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. And what city is this wise man going to deliver? The elect. You know, he ain't going to deliver the whole, you know, the whole, you know, the nation of Israel. No. Only the elect is going to be delivered out of this. But when you go deep into that again, all Israel is going to be saved. Okay? Yet no man remember that same moment. Right? So right now, when you go into it, all these niggas that have learned this truth from Apostle Ha, the rest of the apostles, all these niggas coming scoffing, they don't give remembrance to what they learn that truth, who they learn that truth from. They don't look at Pastor Ha as this, you know, man that was able to break down, you know, for me, one thing that gets me, the mark of the beast, also the Israel foreigners. I'm a I'm a foreigner. I wasn't born in. I'm not American, African American. When I say that, I wasn't not born in America. My parents don't come from America. Okay, my family, all right. My mother, my father that I don't know of, but I think they all come from the land of Africa, land of Ham. Here I am teaching this truth. So, but there was only one man, only few men that gave us that confidence and that strength in our faith to make us know that that we are Israelites. We believe, we have faith in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It was the apostles of Great Millstone, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. What I learned, it's the truth. You ain't gonna come and tell me that because I was born in Africa. My parents, were raised in Africa from their great grandparents, whatever. That I'm a fucking African because I despise Africans. I know how dirty Africans are. All right, I lived among them from a young child. I know how dirty and non-believing they are, proud and just different type of people, man. I know that. Okay. Anyway, so now there was found in a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no man remember that same poor man. And we see that right now. Like Nathaniel, you should remember what you learned from Apostle Ha. You were under him. And the rest of you niggas, man, you niggas coughing, you went ahead and made your own fucking little foundation beside. Man, you niggas through right now. Some of you niggas holding on, but the only doctrine some of you teach sometimes is like envy and what I'm saying, like it ain't really like the pure doctrine. You're missing certain things. It says, verse 16, then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Exactly. Wisdom is better than strength. You hear that fucking nigga, Alizé talking about, Tahar, Tahar, he said, he didn't even say Apostle Ha. He said Tahar. No, it's Apostle Ha, my man. So he was basically saying Apostle Ha needs to retire because he's too old. But guess what? It's like, he said, then said I, wisdom is better than strength. So, hey, if Apostle Ha got, which I believe he got that wisdom, all that age, this and that, it don't matter. It don't mean shit. We all have to work our own salvation unto the end, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how old you are, work until you can't work no more. Until Yahushua, it's like Yahweh Shemshah, take you into your rest bed, all right? Nevertheless, the poor man, his wisdom is despised. Yeah. Again, aren't you niggas despising the wisdom that is being told, by Grant Millstone, which is the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua? Absolutely, man. And his words are not heard. Yeah. You niggas don't want to hear the doctrine that we teach on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua because that whole Deuteronomy chapter 20, right? Or 20, yeah, either 22 or 20 or 20. With the whole rep doctrine, you niggas don't believe that, man. You niggas come against that. And it doesn't even, the mark of the beast, IUIC don't believe that. That the mark of the beast is microchip. And then you got the names as well, the Hebrew language. IUIC don't believe that. Okay? There's more that you niggas, come against, man. But it's okay, though. Verse 17, the words of wise men are heard in quiet. It's like in quiet more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Exactly, man. In the AMP, the words of wise men heard in quietness are better than the shouting of one who rule among fools. Yeah, what do you niggas do? On the highway and byways, microphones, screaming, yelling, just doing too much. And all that screaming and yelling, doing too much, there's nothing coming out of that is great for anybody's soul. No, it's all fucking piece of shit. It's all bullshit, man. It's watered down doctrine. You see what I'm saying? Verse 18, wisdom is better than the weapons of war. Exactly. But one sinner destroys much good. And the AMP, wisdom is better than weapons of war. But one sinner destroys much good. Exactly, man. So, when you go into that, like, yeah, wisdom is better than any weapon of war. Because at the end of the day, the scripture says that, let me see if this will show here. Lord willing, maybe not. In Corinthians, what? Right. Second Corinthians chapter 10 verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Right. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Right. Meaning, we ain't gonna go out guns, this and that, and go fight a battle against Esau. No, man. The words, the words are our weapon and shield. But mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Let's read this in the AMP. The weapons of our warfare are not physical, carnal weapons of flesh and blood. Our weapons are divinely powerful for destruction and fortresses, man. Verse 5, casting down, it's like we are destroying sophisticated arguments and every exalted and proud thing that set itself up against the true knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. We are taking every thought and purpose captive to obedience of Hamashiach, being ready to punish every act of disobedience when your obedience as church is complete. All right, let's read this in our King James Version. Verse 5, casting down imagination, every hard thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. And that's what we've been doing, using the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua to do that. All right, bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach, and having in the readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled, man. You see that? And this is what's going on right now, man. Just showing you that this truth that we teach, all right, this is heavenly wisdom right here, man. And anybody who comes against it, you're gonna find yourself, fighting against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. That's the end of it. Okay? And you will be punished for that, for coming against it. Because that's why verse 6 says, being ready to punish every act of disobedience. So every act of disobedience is somebody who's coming against this truth. When your obedience as church is complete, there you have it. When our obedience of church is complete or is fulfilled, everybody who came against the truth right here, you're gonna be punished. All right, for being that type of individual, man. All right. So one last precept. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 13, verse Sirach chapter 13 and verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he said, they exalt it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what folly is this? If he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. So right, and this is what's going to happen eventually, man. So everything we're speaking, saying, people don't hold it and look into it and say, this is the truth right here. No, they're like, no, look, these niggas are bombs. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Or they're talking about the grave. They just, don't like it. But Nathaniel, all right, Nathaniel, Jerry Hanna, Alize, the rest of these dudes out there speak, they're gonna be held into our place. You see what I'm saying? Then eventually we gonna fall. When Esau comes against us, these niggas they're gonna be with Esau, man, trying to overthrow us. But that's cool, because Yahweh Hashem is gonna fight for us, man. All right, verse 24. That's it. You know what? Let me read verse 22. When a rich man is fallen, he He have many helpers. He speak of things not to be spoken. Right? We seen this happen like Alizé, man. Fuck out of here. The shit was saying that he did. He had niggas that backed him up. He speak of things not to be spoken. Yet men justify him. And we see now the poor man sleeping. Yet they rebuked him too. He spake wisely, and he could not have no place. When a rich man speaketh, every man hold of his tongue, and look, when he saith, they exalted the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fault is this? Yeah, who this nigga, man? And you know how Jack is right now on the fucking internet. If he stumbled, they will help to overthrow him. You see, that's how we be overlooked. All right, we be overlooked like that, and it's normal thing to us now. But one thing is that when you come back here, Sirach chapter, it's like Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse I want to read it before I go. In verse 15. Now there was found in it a poor wise man. He by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no man remember the same poor man. And this right here is how we are. We are portrayed as as brothers in Grand Millstone, and the brothers affiliated with Grand Millstone, man. Okay, that's how how we're being seen by. It's cool though. The ones who believe the doctrine we're teaching, they're gonna receive salvation. The ones who don't believe, if you're done, you're through. Okay, you finish. So we're done, man. Hopefully this lesson was edified. I said shalom.